the 31st edition of the American Sunlight News and Literature podcast. It's been a while since the 30th edition, but we're back. Today I'm going to talk about the Facebook coup that took down our Party of Commons affiliate pages on their platform. With all the self-righteousness that our country, America, proclaims about being the beacon of democracy, it doesn't really ring true when you consider that our government is involved in shady meddling in other nations' elections or outright nefarious coups in far-off countries that were engineered by the CIA or mysterious deep state forces, like the 2014 coup in Ukraine that took down the elected Viktor Yanukovych government. Even in our own elections are usually tilted by big money interests and entrenched institutional bias and partisanship, like the Seattle Times and the Federal Way Mirror newspapers, for instance. Going back to the little Facebook case, though, which of course is only about a little mayor's race in a small city in Washington state. Facebook took down the only account and various pages on that account that was consistently critical of Federal Way Democrat Mayor Jim Farrell's regime and other Democrat politicians as well. The fact that nobody would even know about this other than from the various blogs and social media accounts, like this video, of the victim, the Party of Commons, is pretty much the point. The less known and less prominent the victim, the easier it is to commit election interference and promulgate the views of the side that the coup makers wish to win. Yes, it's a little election that almost nobody outside of Federal Way cares about, but that makes it all the more easier for social media giants to put their thumb on the scales for their favorite party, more likely. As for the Federal Way Mirror, it's a sleazy little newspaper that can't help itself from trying to control who wins elections in the city. Everything from whether or not they decide to run candidate questionnaires, probably depending on who it advantages or not, to making candidates wear masks at the mayor and council debate forum in 2021, which of course advantaged the more well-known incumbent mayor. But I digress. This podcast isn't really focusing on the local newspaper, but making people aware that election interference at large, particularly from the social media giants, is a never-ending problem that states like Florida and Texas are trying to solve through legislation, but the Democrat politicians in Washington state aren't interested in solving this problem, because the coup makers are on the Democrats' side, after all. In other words, the side of godless, pro-abortionist, anti-unborn child, Marxist communist, open borders globalists. Our candidate for mayor of Federal Way, Mark Green, will rise to the occasion, nevertheless, and stand up for the people and the people's values, God-fearing, pro-life, and true Republican Democrat ideas that will take back the country from the one world, anti-democratist globalists and the kleptocrats. Again, this is our 31st edition. See us at americansunlightnews.website. I repeat, americansunlightnews.website, all one word before .website. Strength, honor, and nation. Goodbye.